Sure, thank you. Good evening. My name is Bob Ivory. I'm a neophyte to the Bay Area, recently migrated from Cleveland, Ohio, and currently working with the San Francisco team. I just have more of a...
Come on up here. There it goes. I think it's on. Why don't you come on up here?
Is it close?
Yep.
About the West Coast hospitality. I just basically had an observation and thought and a brief question. In addition to migrating in from Ohio, we had in Ohio what was called a Close and Achievement Gap Initiative. I worked under former State Governor Ted Strickland, and it was a huge, comprehensive initiative that basically provided direct support for those of color in the state of Ohio. In Cleveland, in my hometown, we had a graduation rate averaging around 30% in 2007. Just to fast forward 2011, this previous class, and within this cohort, we were able to raise that to 75%. And you can clap. Because I guess I have to put a brief caveat to that, because we're talking about an area, and the data doesn't lie when it speaks to where I'm from, second poorest per capita in the country, impacted poverty miles and miles, and all those risk factors and barriers to education and learning. However, we were able to move that cohort every year to that rate. And in one school in particular, we had a 97%, it was an African American school with an 85% college acceptance. And how we did it, because that's the million-dollar question, is, well, how did this happen? Well, it was a combination of things. It was not just one area, one item. We basically took a wraparound model and we put all of our resources around the social, emotional, and academic needs of every child. And once we did that, we had to match it with, and I'm hearing words like caring, we had to identify each school. This was 13 school districts and 33 high schools around the state that participated, who all in aggregate had a 70% or lower graduation rate. So disaggregate that of African Americans and Latino males, it was in the 40s and 50s. But we attached an individual, we called it linkage coordinator, in every school, where that person was their coach, their mentor, their advocate, their segregated parent, anything that you think a child would need on that level, that individual provided that. And the reason why I'm referencing it to the governor's office is because he provided the resources that allowed that to happen statewide. And what I wanted to comment on, because I'm hearing and heard a few comments around the race and Caucasian teachers and so forth. I was in what was John F. Kennedy High School 2 years before I came here, and we had a Caucasian algebra teacher who had the highest scores in the district with his 9th grade class. And when everyone asked him, well, how did you do that? Well, he said, I didn't teach algebra, I taught the student. And what that simply meant was, there's a book out that said, do you know enough about me to teach me? And that basically meant to understand how to teach algebra, you had to first understand how he learned algebra and all the factors in that. So I just wanted to share that because I'm hearing things that I remember these conversations 4 years ago, but to know that in one of the most poverty-stricken areas in the country, with that type of impacted poverty, that we can move that cohort, and absolutely, we can do that here in San Francisco.